Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and today, as you can see, well, you can't really see any calves yet, but I'm feeding calves on the milk bar, on the tub, so fill up this tub of water. I'm going to talk first before I start filling, because once I start filling it, I don't think you'll hear me. It echoes very bad. But with a gas heater here, continuous heater, cylinder gas down there, and it heats the water continuously as we need it. So that's how we fill it. We've 180 litres to go out with, so we have to fill this full is 110 litres, and then another 70 on top of that to feed all the calves, or more even. So we're in the medicine store at the minute. That's where we do all the stuff. And also this green board here you might see is my grass 10 board for writing down what dates cattle moved into different paddocks on the home farm. So that's it. I'm going to put this filling and fast forward it because it takes a while to fill, and while it's filling I go off and I do other jobs around and about. I do the calves on one of the automatic feeders, which is just across the way there, and go get feeders brought up to feed the calves beyond. So I'll get to that. So now we have that nearly full, so I have 20 scoops to put into it. A scoop does 3 calves, so the tub will feed 60 odd calves. So it takes a while to put in all these scoops. Some might say, why don't I just weigh the bag and throw it in? I was doing that, but I went away for the weekend to my girlfriend, and when I come back, I had a system in place, and when I come back the system was broke, and I still haven't got on top of it. So that's that. I'll fill this up. Now the reason I'm filling it up before it fills, because when you put in that amount of milk replacer and you mix it in, the amount of water or liquid will expand it, and you'll have a good bit more liquid, and because it can be hard to mix up when it's full. So now, I actually lost count how many scoops I put in that. So now we mix this in, so it's on an electric motor. I might actually have it a bit too full, so I have my whisk to give it a helping hand. Hopefully now, I've got to be careful now it doesn't overflow on me. I have it quite full now, definitely too full. Now, let's make sure it's actually just, I won't have to put any more water. Normally I'd have to put in another bowl of water after I have this step done, but I have it over full, so I don't need to put any more into it. Just make sure it's all mixed. So a simple way of telling whether you have your milk replacer mixed is just put in your hand, run it through it, and make sure you have no little bit stuck to your fingers. If you have a little bit stuck to your fingers, it needs more mixing. If not, you're 100%. So that is 100% there. Rinse off my whisk. So we're ready now to go feed some calves. So we'll go do that now. So now, just pulling the trolley up to the calves. I hope you can hear me. You all know what time it is, so they'll all be roaring. So I'll feed up the calves, fast forward it, and I'll talk a bit about the calves then after that's done, because you won't be able to hear me with all the calves roaring. So this is the shed here, and all the suckies in it, so I get to feeding the calves.
Fill me out with your smile, like the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame, I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down, 'cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and sound.
So now we have most of the calves fed in the shed. You can still hear calves roaring. They're ones that were taken off. I'll go look at them in a second. But first, I said I'd go and show you all the calves. I suppose I'll get them fed out of the way and go through some of the calves we have. There's 90 calves I think we have on the milk bar at the minute. So mostly Angus, nearly all Angus. A few Friesians, like 1 or 2 Jerseys, and we actually have a belted Galloway as well. I'll get to him. So there's some of the calves. These are the youngest calves here. There's actually one of them has a cleft lip. That lad there, you can't really see. You see there, cleft lip. He was a freebie. My girlfriend's called him Cliff. So that's Cliff. And there's some more. There's actually a right good calf. Now he was an expensive calf, but just to give you an idea, that calf is about 2 weeks younger than any of the other calves in that pen. That calf is an absolute monster. One of the farmers that we buy calves off had him, and just bought him there and then when we were actually up spreading slurry from when he was calved. And an absolute animal of a calf. I actually think he had to come out the side door. I just can't remember, but I'm pretty sure he come out the side door. And he's an Angus calf. Like, he's the same breeding as any of the other 1300s in that pen. So whatever happened there, or maybe there was a mix up with straws, I don't know. So we have more Angus there. There'll be actually some of his comrades there. Then this pen here is an older calves. These are the oldest calves we have on the feeder now. Their comrades are out there. I'll show you them in a minute. They're starting to come off milk, and these lads, they just weren't that bit, just as far on his head. They're still lovely, healthy calves, but they're just not as good as the other ones. So we'll give these an extra week, maybe a week and a half, and we might pull another few off to start coming off milk. A few, you just sort of grade the calves as you go along, and you want to be mixing batches. Try and keep all the calves feeding the same, as I'll show you in a bit. And we have more Angus here, and you can see there our belted Galloway. That calf is actually quite old, even though he is maybe a bit in the small side. He's an oldish calf. We got 2 last year, 2 belted Galloways, and my girlfriend has called that belted Galloway Bruce. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she called him Bruce. Last year the belted Galloways were called Belty and Fake Belty because one didn't have a full belt. And we have more Angus here, a Friesian, and then these lads are older calves as well. Now they'll be the second oldest, and they're just waiting to go out with them lads out there to start coming off milk. We have actually started winding them down in the mornings. We wind them down in the mornings, over the evenings, because when I can't remember, it was a farmer, I was in college, but it made a good point anyways. When you feed, you wind them off in the morning over the evening, because in the evening, when you give them their full feed, they lie down, they go to sleep. Whereas if you wind them down in the evening first, the calves will be agitated and hungry in the evening, and they'll be roaring all night. So that's why we wind them down in the mornings, and then down to once a day, and then take them off once a day. So they're ready to go out there. We actually moved them today. We had to vaccinate them and give them a shot of mineral supplement, and we just didn't get around to doing these. I had to go feed the calves. So that's all the calves in here on milk. So not looking too bad at all. We're quite happy with them. So that was what I wanted to say. So we're 2 feeders. We have a 6 and a 10 tit feeder, division feeder. They're a great job and they're a balls of a job all at the one time. The division feeder is great, so you make sure every calf gets his bit, but as soon as one calf's finished, you gotta stand there and you gotta make sure that calf doesn't push off the next calf. You would have seen me doing it in the fast forwarding of me feeding them there, and it can be a quite annoying job. So that's why we try and keep grading the calves, making sure that there's similar calves in each pen that are able to suck as well, or as fast as each other, so it doesn't cause us any trouble. So that's the calves in there. So we have another batch of 11 calves at the other end of our what used to be the old calving boxes, and they'll be going on to the feeder over here now, hopefully tomorrow, as we're after getting over 60 calves off the automatic feeder, one of them. There's a good 40, I think, still to come off, or off milk, but to come off. So these are the other lads. We've let them out there. They have the run of the castle out there. We left them with this bit in here just so they can lie under the shelter of the shed for the first couple of days. So they're only after getting the horns burned off, but they should be all right. They're on the one today, and we'll get them lads there moved out with them hopefully tomorrow. Then these lads here are the lads that are on the feeder. There's actually the most of them are off milk, so they are completely off milk. We're doing batches of calves, getting them out, making sure that they're okay coming to the trot. Then they're going off to other paddocks. So I might actually, with the next batch of calves, we have 40 calves on that lawn paddock that I showed you in the last video. I'm putting the calves out. We've them calves moved on to where they're to go. There's still another, we want to put about another 20 calves with them, but there's a batch of 40 out on that paddock, and we'll be moving them on maybe next 2 days, and we'll be taking more calves out there, and we'll also be taking calves out of the other automatic feeder as there's calves starting to come off milk. There's actually 2 off at the minute, and there's 20 coming off at the end of the week. So that's really it. I just said I'd do this while I was waiting for the next feeder of milk to feed or fill, so I can finish feeding the last of the calves. So that's really it. I don't think I have much else to say about the calves. If you have any questions, anything like that, please leave them in the comments down below. Yeah. But that's it for me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck!